My name is Matt Van Drimmelen, General Manager of Full Circle Care. Would your customers say that you exceed their expectations or just meet their expectations? I would like to explain a way to enhance the current level of care that you give your families and how you can set yourself apart from your competition, all with minimal cost. First, let's look at how funeral services are done today. Traditional funeral service provides three major areas of comfort and help. First, funeral homes offer pre-arrangement services to help people plan ahead. As we all know, pre-planning takes the emotional decision-making out of an otherwise emotional time. Second, after the death occurs, the funeral home assists the family with the arrangement process, helping the family determine what kind of service best suits their needs. And third, once the arrangements are all in place, the funeral home does all it can to ensure the service is what the family hoped for. Throughout the entire process, families are helped through a difficult time. But these are the same services every funeral home provides. From the family's perspective, there is a fourth aspect of funeral service not often addressed. Imagine, heaven forbid, that your spouse just passed away. Following the funeral service, you immediately recognize some new stresses. For example, do you know what government agencies have to be contacted? Do you know what to do with health insurance, bank accounts, and so on? How do you go about protecting your wife's estate from fraud? Even if you know these things, how many of your clients' families know what to do? They are emotionally compromised and do not know where to turn when it comes to getting help with these necessary tasks. You have helped them through a difficult time, but they now have more to do, and quite frankly, they need you now more than ever. Who else can they turn to? Lawyers and CPAs can do some things, but at a significant price, and they don't do everything that needs to be done. If you've ever had to deal with Social Security before, you know that it can be a lengthy and frustrating experience. That is where Full Circle Care comes into play, to help you go the extra mile and provide a service the family didn't even know existed. Before I give you a few real-life examples of what I'm talking about, let's review a key element of business. Almost any business strategy book you read will emphasize as a core principle the importance of product or service differentiation. Tom Peters is one of the most notable authors and consultants on this topic. Mr. Peters emphasizes two things. First, you must differentiate your service from your competition in order to grow. And second, the customer must understand how you are different. Let me give you a few examples of going above and beyond the customer's expectations. Last July, I helped a young woman who had lost her husband. She was a stay-at-home mom, and her husband was an Iraq war veteran who had just died, leaving her alone with 3 small children. I called her the day after the funeral. Although she was appreciative of the comfort and help she had received from the funeral home up to that point, now her plate was overflowing. She had 0 income. Her landlord told her she would have to move out if she couldn't pay the rent, and she had nowhere to go. She was at the end of her rope with nobody to turn to. I assured her that we would do everything we could to help her figure things out. After a couple of hours, we had contacted all the necessary people and found all available benefits. We discovered she would have an income of about $1,700 a month in addition to a lump sum death benefit. Although she still had many emotional and other issues to deal with regarding the loss of her husband, she at least now knew where she stood and what resources were available. She also had peace of mind, knowing that her husband's affairs were taken care of properly. The circle of care was now complete. Another one of our Full Circle Care counselors assisted an elderly lady after the death of her husband. The widow's daughter was also present during our service and witnessed the valuable help her mother had just been given. At the conclusion of the session, the daughter asked our counselor an unanticipated question. She said, "Who is going to help me with these things when my husband dies?" She went on to say that her husband, who was also in the room, had bone cancer and was not expected to live more than a few years. As a result of our Full Circle Care, the daughter came to know that the funeral home where she and her husband had already completed their own pre-need funeral plans did not provide Full Circle Care. She immediately transferred her funeral plan to our client funeral home so that years down the road, her children would receive the same help and assistance she just experienced with her mother. Full circle care includes handling 4 areas of care that a family will face after the loss of a loved one. First, we apply for any government or private pension benefits. Next, we contact insurance companies, including life and health companies. Then, we walk them through the next steps of estate issues, probate, wills, trust, vehicle transfer, and so forth. Finally, we give direction on what to do with credit cards, bank accounts, and we set up fraud alert for their protection. Over the phone, we walk the family through each task that needs to be done and complete it with them so they don't have to go alone. Now, let's turn from the care of the grieving family to how full circle care can benefit your funeral home. Imagine now how you will be perceived in the community as you offer premium care that will clearly differentiate your service to families and to the public. Imagine the surprise and delight your client families will feel when they are given the gift of full circle care. No longer are you just a funeral home, you are the ones who took care of the family in every way during their greatest time of need. They expected you to help them arrange a beautiful service and take care of their loved one, but they never expected to get full circle care. That is why offering full circle care can be a powerful tool to help you grow your market share and better serve families. Now, every one of your families and all the people they talk to about your incredible service will have a clear understanding of how your funeral home is different from your competitors. That is how you complete the circle of care, better fulfill families' needs, and increase your market share. So, how do you start to offer full circle care? Well, it's easy. First, make the decision to include the cost of full circle care in your professional fee. This will ensure that every family is given this incredible service. Your funeral home will receive the full benefit of being a full circle care provider. We are so confident that your families will love our service. We are happy to provide a no-risk trial. Just give us the name and phone number of a family whose service is in the next few days, and we will provide our service free of charge. Thanks for listening. I hope to hear from you soon.